warm, spicy meal. This is the last week I have until he remembered me. I've dealt with very crazy people. I got humbled. Transitioned to like the nice walnut woods. Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. It is a new start of the week. And it is August 26th. The days are quickly passing by us. And August is slowly going to be out of the door. Honestly, as the days progress here where I live, it has gotten so chilly. Like cardigan weather, you know? But let's see what we got during our last sleep research of the water event. Honestly, my luck wasn't really the greatest during the water week. I didn't find anything that I was looking for, which is kind of sad. Alright, let's see. There's no Squirtles or Totodiles. That's painful. Larvitar is nice though. Don't need it right now. And I already have a good Quaxley or Quackable. And I have a shiny Quaxwell as well. But we found a new sleep style for Fuecoco, which is nice. So I'm just missing the 3-star sleep style now. 3-star tends to be a little more tricky to find, I feel, compared to the 4-star. Let's see who's hungry. No one is hungry. Okay. And I don't want to catch any of these either, so I'm just gonna save my biscuits and end it there. So I hope you guys were more lucky than me. Oh shoot, I need to change the photo. Let's do, feel like more people no, this one, because if you level up all the way, it becomes a fighting type for the Quaxley line. So let's do the Squirtle candies to send out to everyone. And even though my luck for Water Week was not the best, I did get very lucky for Sunday's lunches. Well, Sunday's meals. So all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, were crits for me. So the 5% area bonus got split up again because my green grass is all the way max. Also because the weather is slowly becoming cooler, I've been waking up at nighttime to coughs, or like in the morning when I wake up, I'm so like my throat is just so dry. So I have a little water bottle there, emergency water bottle. Oh my gosh, C grade. I think I know why. It's from that one day when my sleep tracking was kind of doo-doo and it failed me. Alright, so where shall I go now? I guess I'll just go here to continue my search with some water type Pokemon that I desperately need. Curries and stews, we could do that. So the Suicune event is going to be next week, so I got this week to make up for my shitty end of last week. I should have swapped out my team because I knew that I was going to go Cyan, but I was just so pooped yesterday. So let's collect everything before we make any switches to our teams. Otherwise, we lose all the banked skills that we get. And normally I would use Wigglytuff last because I learned from you guys that it's better to do it that way after our meal, but because they did the switches with the main skills and everything, if you swap it out, you lose it. You just gotta use it now. So there you go. Used up everyone's skills and picked up everything. Now let's see, where is my curry and stew week? This is my curry team. Alright, let's do that. I don't remember what I was trying to do here. Why was Meowkiss there? For the potatoes? But I don't need Meowkiss now because I have my Golem over here, Mudball. who farms potatoes. But do I need beans for curry week? We'll see. Swap that in there now. I needed milk, it seems. Then Lyria for the berries and the heals. Alright, so we are now at Basic 2 on Cyan Beach. Let's see if there's anything I can make. Alright, so Inferno Corn Keema Curry. Can I make that without pot expander? Was that what I was trying to do? I don't know. But I think we should focus on the ninja curries and the maybe Dream Eater butter curry or ninja curry. I think it's ninja curry. So leeks, mushrooms. Okay, I think I remember why my team was like this. I was probably at Lapis Lakeside. Actually, never mind. I have no freaking idea. But I'll need beans, so let's take out Bean Dude. There was mushroom too, right? So let's take out my Gengar here. Potato, mushroom, beans, lots of beans. So do I have a bean farmer? Oh, Quackovo can farm bean and leeks. And then I'll throw in Ditto Dave as well for the leeks. So hopefully that will help us farm for the ninja salad, or maybe I'm doing myself a disservice and I should be focusing on making the Dream Eater curries. I always forget how curry weeks go for me. I have trouble keeping track of that in my memory, but I know it's gonna be okay. That's the thing. Like, I know halfway through the week I'm gonna be like, oh, curry, not that bad. I just can't for the life. Oh, for freaking bean sausages that I forgot of. I don't know. Maybe I should focus on the Dream Eater butter curry, but I know over time the ninja curry will outscale it. You know what? I'm gonna do the Dream Eater butter curry. I'm gonna swap in a Blastoise so I get the milk and cacao because I don't have a triple milk Blastoise. And then I'm gonna put in more potato farmers. I think that's what we'll do. I feel like I'm gonna have a harder time getting all the ingredients to make 3 square meals of ninja curries every day. So let's see. Where's my sausage farming Charizard? Here it is. Swap you out for Blueberry. And maybe pop in Lyria too, so I get the extra Fever Berry, but I also get to farm more milk and cacao. Do I have a better tomato farmer? Don't need the honey. Oh, so I have salsa here. And ingredient finding down though, so that's like the painful thing. Then I have a tomato here. I don't know, what do you guys think? The Diglett? Or the Bellsprout? Or Weeping Bell? Wait, actually I don't even remember what it's called at this stage, but decisions. For now I will keep Victor. And that will be the team. Hopefully everything will be good. Oh shoot, I forgot to check if I put in the right golem. Let's see if I have any other potato farmers. Wait a minute. potato. Okay. Guess I'll put mud ball. And that should be good. Alright, let's do breakfast. Took some time to build a team for our curry week. But the only thing that we can do right now is the grilled curry tail, which is still pretty good. Let's shove in some apples since we don't need that. And it's the first thing on the list. Could have done something else, but I don't have a shit ton of cacaos, but I'm gonna end up needing them anyways for this week with the dishes. So it's great. I just came off a salad week and I just accumulated so much cacao from that. Especially because of the nightcap Pikachu. That is looking yummy. I'm actually craving some spicy food today because it's a little chilly this morning. So I think later today I'm gonna make a good portion of kimchi stew. And I'll have that for lunch and dinner. And I love having the enoki mushrooms, spam as well. But I still have some stuff I need to clear out from my fridge. So I have fish balls. Typically you don't find it in kimchi stew, but I mean, I'm cooking for me. And the great thing about cooking at home is you can cook for yourself and you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna add some fish balls in there. Probably gonna crack an egg or two. And I do have some packets of noodles, so if I want more carbs, I could indulge on that. So it's gonna be a nice, soupy, warm, spicy meal. And in the colder weather, you just appreciate like your soups and everything a lot more, especially because it's easier to make. Alright, did I miss any missions from last week? Water mission? Oh shit. Yeah, I was a little slacking last week. But to be fair, I had a pretty busy last week as well. So I haven't been as active online. So sorry about that, you guys. But this is the last week I have until my boyfriend comes back on vacation. So I'm going to take it easy in terms of like social interactions because I kind of pooped out from the last 2 weeks. But let's see what everyone found for their research. And as you guys know, the matcha today is looking beautiful. Look at that color. Wow. Another thing to note though is I usually use coconut milk, right? For those of you who have been around for a really long time. I usually use coconut milk, but then I couldn't find my regular coconut milk in the grocery stores. So I got some oat milk instead. It's a little difficult to mix because I'm afraid of spilling this. But that should be good. I'll just sip near the top. Yum. Okay, now it's easier to mix. But yeah, I tried oat milk. I do like it. But then, as my oat milk was running out, I couldn't find the goddamn oat milk. Like, it ran out. So this is soy milk. And soy milk is good. Growing up, actually, I drank a lot of like Asian soy milk, which is so different from soy milk that you get at the grocery stores that aren't Asian. And I feel like if you've tried like Chinese soy milk, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But this is like not that. Still good though. But now I crave that Asian soy milk. So, in terms of my weekend, I had such a blast. So as you guys know, I did a 2-day sleepover with my sister instead. So she slept over for 2 days. We had so much fun. So Friday, we went to this very healthy food store, but they sell, like, I was talking to one of the owners there because when I first started working, it was in that neighborhood where that restaurant is, or where that food store is. So I would get a lot of their salads. And when I went there on Friday with my sister, he remembered me. He was like, oh, hey, it's been a while. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, it has been. How has business been and everything? But after we finished eating, that was when we caught up a lot more. And he was telling me how like he's been getting approached by developers to bring his restaurant downtown. But just the cost of having to build the place. Like there's this one financial building that wanted him there, right? But he's only limited to using like high-end material, like gold finishes on the hardware, and on top of that, like marble and everything, like the expensive material, because it has to fit the vibe of the building, right? And it just didn't make sense for him. It would cost him $600K to build it up there, and it just him and his partner just decided it's not the time. And then they got offered to go in another place, but because the place is so small in terms of like the kitchen and everything, they would quickly run out of room, and on top of that run out of stock. So the menu would, like, it just wasn't big enough to fill the capacity of what they're used to right now at their current place. Ooh, Fabian, congrats on the shiny onyx. Ah, so that's why you changed your portrait. Cute. So yeah, I told him like, hey, when you feel like the time's right, that's how you'll know, right? Oh, is that a shiny Kangaskhan? I'm not sure if it is, but if it is, congratulations. This is July 13. So yeah, it was just nice catching up with him. And I was just so flattered that he remembered me, because back when I was working at that place near the restaurant, I looked completely different. I had side bangs, I had like gray hair that turned to blonde, and I just look so different now, I feel. But he was like, you look good, and I'm like, thank you. And yeah, so we ate there. My sister loved it. And then we took a little walk around, because there was this, the streets were closed for festivities and stuff like that. And there were some thrift shops there, although the style there was not really her vibe. She's actually into the 90s fashion, which was freaking crazy, because I'm like, girl, what do you know about 90s fashion? Like, I lived through that, you know? So it's just so interesting to see trends come and go, and I'm like that part of my life where I'm actually seeing the trends reemerge from my childhood, and it's crazy. And I feel like that is when you know that the stage is on a new generation, you know? And also I'm like, shit, I should have kept all my clothing. Had I known my little sister would have been such a fashionista, you know? Like, our styles are so different too. And I love to see her explore with her fashion, because growing up, I didn't have the confidence to do that. So with her, whenever she wears something, I always compliment her, you know? I always make her feel good. I'm like, that's so creative. I love what you're doing with that look. And I feel like it just is so good to foster confidence in young children. Otherwise, you end up like me, and it's not until you're like, what, 26, 27 that you have an interest for fashion and you finally figure out like what you're like. But yeah, looking back at some of the stuff I wore in the past, I'm like, oh my god, why did I do that? It was not a serve. And the young kids right now, like, damn, they could put together an outfit and it's like, wow, you know? Yeah, so we took around the neighborhood to digest, and we went into this little health food store, and my little sister wanted to buy soap, and I thought that was so cute, because she heard about African black soap on TikTok, so she wanted to get that. She does struggle with some eczema sometimes, so we picked up some black soap for her, and I realized that because my boyfriend also has eczema, I decided to get him some black soap as well. So this is the black soap. I'm just covering it because it has a shop name and I don't want to like accidentally leak where I live or anything, because the last thing I want is stalkers. Even though I'm like a tiny person on the internet right now, I've dealt with very crazy people, especially during Twitch times, and just even IRL too. And I'm just a regular schmegular person living their normal life. So there's some crazy people out there. Especially when you're a girl, you just have to be like extra careful. And I always have that fear with my little sister too. Like, I will not let her use public transportation to come to where I live. And I'll always drop her home, because you just never know in this day and age. Especially when you get so much like Amber Alert notifications on your phone, or Like you go on Facebook and you see so many people getting kidnapped in your city, and it's so scary. Like one of my biggest fears is getting kidnapped and like being cut from the outside world. But yeah, so after we went browsing, we had an appointment from 2 to 4 o'clock. We had a throwing class on the pottery wheel, and that, you guys, 2 hours did not feel like 2 hours. It felt like 45 minutes, but it was so much fun. It was so challenging, and I like to think I'm pretty good at the arts and craft stuff, you know. I think I picked things up very well, but I got humbled in throwing. I got beginner's luck on my first piece, but then my next three attempts were total fail. I had to like there was no salvaging it, so I had to scrape off all the clay and like put it in the reject pile. But when the instructor was like, all right class, you have 7 minutes left, I'm like, holy shit, I need to grab a new blob of clay and I have 7 minutes to like really focus. And somehow I was able to do it. So I made like a little, I don't have pictures unfortunately because it was mixed. It was like, we had to put it in an area to dry out and everyone's stuff was there too, but I didn't get the chance to take pictures. But I made a little bowl and I made a little trinket tray. So I'm hoping that one of the bowls can be used like as a candy bowl and the trinket tray as, I don't know, to put stuff that I like, you know. You can never have too many trays and trinket trays or like catch trays around the house. It's also a great way to just like keep everything organized. So yeah, I can't wait to get my items back. It's not going to be until 5 or 4 weeks, but initially for the class, you're able to keep one item included in the price for the class. One item that you've made. Anything extra, you have to pay $10. So my sister and I made 2 things each. And I wanted to be able to have both items we made just so that we have it as a memory, you know, because who knows when the next time it'll be that we both go throwing together. So I got her both of the items that she made and both of the items that I made, and it was such a fun experience, and I was just so proud of her too. Like she was the youngest in the class and she was able to make something, and it was challenging for her, but she didn't give up, and she tried her hardest and she made beautiful items. And I don't know, it's just so like nice. Like I get it when they say that you learn so much from younger people, especially if you're a mother and you learn so much from your children. Now, I am not a mother, but I am an older sister. And I just learn so much from her every time I hang out. Like activities that we do together that I tell her like, hey, tell me everything you want to do. And we're going to have a you day when we hang out and we're going to do all the things you want. And she has such great ideas, and I tell her like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for like having these ideas, because I wouldn't be doing this either had it not been for you. So it's nice to experience all those firsts with her. And that was pretty much our Friday. We came home afterwards because throwing, oh my god, it's tiring. So people that do that for their job, I'm like, damn, props to you. And for me, the hardest part about throwing is like pulling the walls up. I could not for the life of me get that, and it was so frustrating. I kind of want to take more classes though, so we will see. But that was our Friday. We came home right after that and just like relaxed for the rest of the day. And we were so tired that our initial plan of cooking together was out the door. So I asked her what she wanted to eat instead, and she decided sushi. And sushi actually was the perfect way to end the night. And then we continued watching Gilmore Girls, because that was what she was watching the last time she was here. And it was only recently that I learned that Gilmore Girls is like the thing that the girlies watch in the fall season. So I kind of feel like I'm living my youth again with that, especially because I haven't watched it when I was younger. So I really like the series, so I'm enjoying it so far. But Saturday was really, really fun. We woke up. Actually, we slept in. We were tired girlies, so we slept until 1. And then we woke up and we went to the blind box shop to pick up more blind boxes. I know, but this time I limited myself and herself to 1 box only, so we don't go overboard. So that was so much fun. And then we went to the skincare shop, the Asian skincare shop, because I noticed she was running out of her moisturizer when she was doing her skincare here. So we picked up a new moisturizer for her. she wanted a new mascara, so I got her a very kid-friendly mascara. The tubing mascaras where you could just use like water to remove it. And although she's young, I do understand the interest of wanting to get into like hair, makeup, beauty, you know? And I feel like it's okay. Let kids be kids and let kids explore. But you do have to set your foot when it comes to what's appropriate for their age. And that's, I'm able to draw the line with her where I'm able to like talk her through it of why things are inappropriate. And she takes it very well and she's like totally understanding. So I think that mascara is like something that little girls can do. And it's like, doesn't age them up or inappropriate or anything. So I got her mascara, and then she needed lip balm because her lips were getting dry. So we went to another place. We went to a pharmacy because I needed to pick up some toilet paper, because when there's 2 girls in the house, like there's a lot of toilet paper being used. But yeah, we picked up toilet paper, and then I picked up some lip balm for her. And I noticed that last time, some people, when they are in electric cars, they get headaches. But she gets car sick pretty easily, so I noticed that sometimes when I'm doing like the nasal inhaler, especially for a pole class, it helps with my dizziness and my feeling of nausea from spinning on the pole. So I was like, oh, let's get you a nasal inhaler from Vicks. So if ever you're like on the bus going to school and you're feeling car sick, you could just like smell that and it should be able to help. So we got her that. And then we walked all the way to this little cute area where there's like cobblestone and everything. And it was so lively because it was a Saturday as well. And we went to this little cute thrift store because she really wanted to do thrift shopping. So we found a store that is more her vibe, that sells like 90s stuff. And everything there was $10, which was so amazing. So she picked up I don't have pictures, but this little crossbody brown looking bag. It's big, it's slouchy, and she loves it. So she was so excited to wear it for school because she could use it for her school books and everything. But I told her, like, make sure you clean it first, you know, because you never know. So yeah, she did her research on how to clean it. And then she wanted some jeans too, so she found a pair of jeans there. And yeah, all that for $20. I would say very good deal. But the aesthetic of the place itself, like I'll show you guys a picture. Freaking beautiful. Totally my vibe. I feel like when I first moved into this condo, because our living space is so tiny, just so that it can make space for 2 bedrooms, you know, you kind of compromise on living room and kitchen space. So I wanted to make sure that the living space looked light and bright to give the illusion of a bigger space, because when I was touring other places, when they use dark furniture, it just closed the space up so much, you know? But if we were to move and we have the luxury of having a larger living room space, I would definitely go for something like I just showed you guys, or like dark woods. I would transition to like the nice walnut woods, you know? Deeper colors, like very moody but warm. But to add my pop of personality, I would love to add pops of like pinks, blues, yellows, just here and there to add some personality to the space and not just look like I just ripped it off of Pinterest or IKEA, you know? And I feel like that's the most important thing about furnishing your home. Choose an aesthetic you like, but don't forget you need to add your own personality. And that can come in forms of many things like artwork, trinkets, pottery, especially if it's stuff that you make. So yeah, Saturday was like just a full day of walking, shopping, window shopping. And I asked my little sister later, like, what was your favorite part of the day? And she was like, maybe the blind boxes and the walking. We did 16K steps. And I was like, damn girl, walking really? But I'm glad that she enjoyed walking with me. When we were walking, she started asking me questions about like, oh, what was it like when you were young? And I was like, whoa. What was it like when I was young? Like, what do you mean by that? And she just like meant in general. So I just like told her what it was like when I was young, things I wished I would have done differently, or perspectives I wish I have had when I was younger. If there's one thing I could have told my younger self, it would be to be more fearless and take more risks. And I'm glad I'm at the point in my life where I'm able to do that now. But I feel like had I had that in me back then, I would have been unstoppable. But yeah, so I told my sister that, and I'm hoping that everything I tell her about my youth, she's able to listen to that and, you know, take advice from it or learn from me to live a fuller life when you're younger. But take advantage of your youth as well. I was like, you're young, like take full advantage of it. When you're older like me, you're tired. You have taxes to think about, bills to think about, like what to cook the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. Like there's just so much and you just constantly feel tired. But yeah, I always feel so touched when she asks those questions because like, wow, she's curious about me, you know? The same way that I'm curious about her little life and what it's like being a high schooler. But yeah, that was our 2-day sleepover. I had so much fun and we watched scary movies as well, which was nice. And we just like watched a lot of shows, a lot of different random vlogs on YouTube. We chatted a lot. And I had the best time ever. But when I was like, so I'm dropping you home tomorrow, are you sad? And she was like, a little bit. And I was like, why a little bit? And she's like, because the next time I'll see you is October something. Because October, we have a concert to go to in October. And I'm like, oh my God. So you're sad because you don't know like when's the next time you'll see me besides that day? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, my heart. So I promised her that I'm for sure going to see her in the month of September. So I can't wait for that. It was such a good bonding experience with her too, especially in this new stage of her life. So I feel like I'm getting to know my sister again because, you know, when they're young, they forget a lot of things. So a lot of things that I remember from when she was young, she just doesn't remember. So it's nice to make these new memories with her that she is going to remember now, especially now that she's like at that age where we can do things together and, you know, shop together, and she has like an interest in all these things and I can give her my opinion, or sometimes I'm asking her for her opinion, like, hey, what do you think about this? And that's so fun, you know, like that is so goddamn fun. I would not mind if she needed to like steal some things in my closet because she has like a night out, because I find that's like the fun part of sisterhood. But enough of my blabber. That was my week. Water week didn't go as good, but I forgot I actually have something to show you guys. Although my water week wasn't good, I did find something. I found a shiny Meowth. But yeah, the main skill is like, who even runs Meowth, right? And Riolu, my gosh, favorite Pokemon, so unusable. But yeah, this is a Squirtle I found, mixed ingredients. And it is all gold skills. When I opened it, I was like, whoa. But probably never gonna use it. The Meowth, which is cute because it's like tanned, like Hawaiian Hello Kitty. And the pink tips on the tail and the feet, which I like. And then I got another Quaxley and Leaks in the middle. These are the skills. I have better, so probably gonna end up discarding that. And then this feel that I wanted to catch because there was nothing else that was good for me to catch. So I got this feel, unusable. And yeah, not any great catches. This is my Wooper. We saw it before, mixed ingredients, and then the first Wooper I caught, which is this ingredient finding down. Kind of sad. I'm hoping to find a triple mushroom Wooper if I can at Cyan Beach, but still number one priority, berry finding Totodile, mono milk Squirtle, and we will see whether or not my wishes come true this week. But thank you guys so much for joining me in yet another chatty video. It is 34 minutes long, so this is getting to be a long video, but I hope you guys made it to the end, and if you did, leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you haven't yet. Join us in the Discord also if you have some space to add friends to prepare for the Suicune event so you can get more Suicune main. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. So take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.